Did you miss me?
Please refer to this excerpt from the Sorax online dictionary before answering. Sod is loading. Sod is loaded. Rhetorical questions are questions to which answers Sorax would rather remain in sweet, blissful ignorance of, in order to delude himself.
Mario spin-off games. There just aren't enough out there. I'll give you Sorax Space as some examples, but as I don't own the majority of them, and with the current controversy over using other people's game footage in videos, here's the most relevant copyright-free video footage I could find. Mario Clash, Mario Paint, Mario Golf, Mario's Bombs Away, Dr. Mario, Super Mario Strikers, Super Mario Strikers Charge Football, Mario Superstar Baseball, Mario Hoops, Mario Pinball Land, Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, Mario's Game Gallery, Mario's Early Years Fun with Letters, Mario's Early Years Fun with Numbers, Mario Teaches Typing, Mario's Time Machine, Hotel Mario, Mario Kart, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, Mario Party, Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3, Mario Party 4, Mario Party 5, Mario Party 6, Mario Party 7, Mario Party 8, Mario Party 9, Mario Party 10, Mario Party Advance, Mario Party DS, Mario Party Island Tour, Mario Party Star Rush, Mario Party The Top 100, and the upcoming Super Mario Party, just to name a few. We clearly need more. And that's not even to mention the games starring other characters from the Mario universe, such as Luigi's Mansion, Yoshi, and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, or the fact that this isn't even the first Mario Tennis game either. Believe it or not, the first one, Mario's Tennis, was on the Virtual Boy back in '95, followed by Mario Tennis on the N64, Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color, Mario Power Tennis, Mario Tennis Power Tour, Mario Tennis Open, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, Mario Sports Superstars, which included tennis, and now Mario Tennis Aces. That's just his tennis games. Just tennis. Rumour has it that Mario games now make up 60% of the Earth's contents, with a large chunk of the remaining 40% being EA's wallet and Kim Kardashian's backside. Yep, it's a me, Sorax, doing a Mario game. But don't tell this guy behind me something about he doesn't do what he does. So, is this game ace, or a case of a waste of space for Sorax Space? MC Sorax in the house, yo! Let's stick that tiny switch cart in and find out. The game begins with a cutscene showing Mario and Peach et al. Surprisingly playing tennis. It's not the first time that Mario's given Peach a backhand. And it's not the first time that Mario has served her his balls. And it's not the first time that Peach has wondered whether it was in or out.
Sorax Space. High quality entertainment for all the family, excluding you, your relatives, friends, and everybody you've ever known or has entered your life in any capacity.
The gist of the story is that an evil tennis racket is going around possessing people, and we have to save our beloved, well-endowed brother. More on that later. It's not a fantastic story, but you try writing a better story surrounding the magical world of whacking a ball over a net. Early on we enter the Temple of Bask, presumably named as such because we all love basking in puzzles we could solve while in a state of comatose. Look at this brain buster! No, you're not going blind. There's a character called Asta that's merely a speech bubble. The designers were so lazy that they just made a character that's a random block of text in the sky. Imagine if I was a character designer and I went back to my boss with a picture of a speech bubble. Here boss, look at this character I've designed for you. Here Sorax, look at this character I've designed for you. It's called the Door. Why don't you take a good look at it from the outside until your worthless body rots away? Asta goes on to explain that there's a special shot called the special shot. You can't blame them though, they clearly used all their creative energy for the speech bubble idea. You can slow down time using zone speed, allowing you to go off, have a cup of tea and a biscuit, come back, decide you want another tea, make that and come back again, and then hit the ball back. And when it's your turn to serve, the computer instantaneously moves with you without any delay, as if they're reading your mind. There are really fun missions, such as bat the ball to each other 200 times. Is it just me, or does Toad speak in an incredibly formal manner?
Hello to you too, kind sir. You're truly stupendous with a racket. That sounds dangerous. Too dangerous for important diplomats like you two.
I'll admit it, Mario, this place gives me the willies. That brings back memories of Harry Potter on the PlayStation 1. That was funny to me as a kid, but there's no excuse to laugh at it now though.
Maybe I'll just wait here. Snape gives me the willies.
Talking of willies, you beat this piranha plant by smashing a tennis ball against its willy. That pops out of its shorts when you knock it over. When you score points, the game gives you a few seconds to run around like a lost person with a frozen expression from a happier time. Have a listen to these absolute rebels. Hey, Mr. Mustachio, Mushroom Face. Wait a minute, looks like Mr. Too Cool to Shave is a tennis player. How'd you like them apples? Are they tasty? Trash talking tennis players? Maybe they are racketeers.
Sorax Space. High quality entertainment.
Make sure you're not all stash and no smash. All stash and no smash? Peach was worried about the same thing.
Sorax Space. High.
Lieutenant Lip Hair just won't back down. Wait, does Mario have a moustache? Oh yeah, he does. I never would have realised if the game hadn't told me 20 times. Now we have to beat up the Shy Guys, which sounds like a traumatic revisit into little Sorax's torrid time in the playground, but it isn't. Tiebreaker? More like Toad Breaker.
Sorax Space. What a load of shit.
With all this statue smashing, I guess you could say this game is a little bit more like Super Smash Brothers. So I beat the Shy Guys, but I can't use a train. So I look all over the map, trying to find out if I missed a mission or something, but you have to press left to get in the train, not the A button like everything else. Then the train goes in on itself. The train has stopped. Better ask what the hold-up is. How about the fact it's at a station, you stupid toad? That's like a man on a train that when it stops at a station he just stands up and says, "What's the hold-up here? This isn't my destination. And now the doors are opening. Is this some kind of joke?" The commuters keep storming the court. They keep getting in the way. How's anyone supposed to play tennis like this? Could they not have thought of a better place to build a tennis court than right in the middle of the passage between stations? Either way, could they not have the courtesy to walk around? Not only that, the Shy Guys that have just got off the train all happen to be openly carrying tennis rackets with them and whack the ball back. As you do. We've all got the essentials packed in our bags, haven't we? Keys, mobile phone, train pass, fucking tennis racket! The Shy Guy tells us to go ahead. Who would have thought we had to follow this linear drawn out path? Next up is a showdown against Snow Ogre. I was expecting something along the lines of a dandruff-ridden Shrek, or a return of that abomination on the cover of Yeti Sports Deluxe, but it's actually a floating pair of frozen hands. If only he had worn gloves, then he could have kept all warm and non-murderous, and this whole ordeal could have been avoided. Just like the whole plant ordeal could have been avoided if only Mario had popped to B&Q and bought some weed killer. Other brands are available. The Toads provide a written commentary, which is not a bad idea, but you can't really read it while you're playing, unless you like losing. It's also highly repetitive, and some of it seems just for the sake of it. The rally continues. That's the equivalent of a football commentator going, "Yep, they're still kicking the ball around, Jeff." But you know what's really getting on my toads? This match against Blooper. There's a mast right in the middle of the court, and the ball keeps hitting it, completely throwing you off the direction of the ball. It's starting to make me think that maybe a ship in the middle of a raging storm isn't a good place to play tennis. It's hit the mast again! What am I supposed to do? I can take losing to a hard CPU, but this isn't me losing due to lack of skill. This is me losing due to bullshit. This storm puts us at a disadvantage. No, it's not a storm. It's this big fucking pole in the middle of the tennis court. I need to take a break from adventure mode and try and get better. Let's try the closest thing I get to human contact, which is playing against other people online. Now I'm up against someone who's calling himself Ali Baba. Where have I heard that name recently?
Tails? My name is Ali Baba.
There has been uproar that Bowser Jr. is overpowered. You get people leaving the game just because you selected him, even if they themselves have also selected Bowser Jr.
Game, set, and match.
A communication error has occurred. Is that a nice way of saying they threw their Switch out of the window? Going toe to toe with Blooper just isn't working, but I've got an ace up my sleeve. And I'm glad that was a Switch game, because if the case was any bigger, that joke could have been painful. The trick? Don't play tennis. That's right, don't play tennis. You want to screw me over with this massive mask game? Then I'll win my way. You can play tennis and score points all you like, mate. I'm just going to snap your racket in half. So I'm just going to keep charging up my meter until I can use zone shots and aim straight at him to break all these rackets. I'm not going to use my charge to slow down time to reach any of his shots or anything like that. I'm just going to let them all go. The score means nothing. We then serve up against a giant squid. Then the squid blows up, just as nature intended. Next stop, Inferno Island, the name of which may be slightly off-putting for tourists who want a nice relaxing holiday in the sun, as opposed to having themselves and their loved ones cremated. We've unlocked the Savage Sea Court, i.e. the Mast level. You know what? Keep that shit locked. With access to the ship, you have access to all of the world's oceans, so long as you follow the exact track you're given to a few locations and realise you don't have a ship at all. You have a floating train on the water that looks like a ship. All everyone does on this flipping island is play tennis, and the game is very self-aware of that. Oh, it seems there's a tennis court here. That's handy. We can't move forward unless we beat this guy at tennis. Mario, there's a place to practice tennis here too. Our luck knows no bounds. Only if you can beat me in, wait for it, a game of tennis. Oh look Mario, there's a tennis court on the deck of the ship. That's convenient. Now we're up against Boom Boom. However, I don't want him in my room to spend the night together from now until forever. Only Mega Drive posters have that privilege. There are walking explosives all over the place that are really distracting and get in your way. Like multiple Soraxes at a party, they're annoying, you don't want them there, and you'd happily pay money for them to go away. Now for a doubles match against Wario and Waluigi. The stadium is jam-packed with eager tennis fans. They haven't got the choice not to like tennis. That's all there is to do on this island. Wario's wrapped himself in tinfoil so the government doesn't steal his thoughts. Beating them both is a piece of cake, but you have to beat Luigi consecutively, or you have to start again. Before we face off against our broken brother, let's delve into the other modes. For the single player cups, well, there's really not much to them. They get progressively a little harder, the first one being super easy, but I completed them all in my first playthrough. You get a screen of a rotating trophy at the end, and that's it. No unlockables or any other incentive other than to reach this screen. Come on Nintendo, you can do better than that. Waluigi, I don't think you can approach a toad with your hands up presenting your manhood like that.
I don't think you can go there. I don't think you can do that. Hey, that's not a legal move.
Swing mode uses the motion of your Joy-Cons, and for this, we're getting the plastic out. This looks like a classic case of why doesn't mine look like that? In fact, mine are so bad that the manufacturer got the colours the wrong way round. So the grooves for the blue racket fit the red Joy-Con, and the grooves for the red racket fit the blue Joy-Con. Even by cheap plastic accessory standards. That is shockingly shit. You know me by now, Sorax Spacers. I don't pull any punches. I think swing mode is crap. It's not accurate. Unlike in Wii Sports Tennis where I could time my swing, this feels like the ball just goes anywhere. I want to hit it to the right. To the right! No, that way, to the right! In swing mode you get challenges, which means sometimes the umpire gets decisions wrong. That was well in!
What do you expect when the umpire is your opponent's fucking brother?
Sod this mode! Not the Sorax online dictionary, just sod! It's been said that people are trying to get refunds because it's not like real tennis. No shit! Mario jumps up invisible walls. Are you telling me this doesn't happen in real tennis? Don't tell me you've never been shot out of a pipe before a shot, because you're a liar. Don't tell me Novak Djokovic never ate an onion that lifted him 20 feet into the air to make a smash shot, because I'm pretty sure I've seen him do that at Wimbledon. Don't tell me Andy Roddick never set his racket on fire mid-match as a tribute to Jimi Hendrix. Don't tell me a ball and chain with a face on it never entered the French Open. Seems pretty normal to me. Rafael Nadal was always playing with his racket in between his teeth. Don't tell me you've never won a tennis match via KO, snapping your opponent's racket in half to declare valid victory. Don't tell me you've never entered a levitating robot with a giant extendable arm that shoots out the back of it to hit the ball, then it disappears hiding evidence of existence. Because we've all done it, and plenty of people eating strawberries and feeling a class above the rest of the world have already seen it, pal. Wait a second. None of that happened. This isn't like real tennis at all. I want my money back. That's not all people have been saying on that dark place full of creeps that we call the internet. Some have noticed that Luigi is packing more than his tennis racket in Tennis Aces. There's an extremely enormous shadow beside the boat.
Must be my brother's junk.
Despite it being called Aces, the game has its faults. You don't unlock characters through victory, but for participation in monthly tournaments. You know, like losers' medals, as opposed to awards for the real winners. There's no restart button. This is unforgivable. If you lose, you have to go back and wait for it to load again. Who tested this? And you don't select a court. Oh no, you deselect the ones you don't want. That's like walking into a game shop and asking for a copy of Mario Tennis Aces, and then they say, "I'm sorry sir, the way it works here is you tell us all of the games you don't want, and then by a process of elimination we work out the game that you would like. So start listing them." And the same theme song keeps playing throughout the whole game. Repeatedly playing the same music is just annoying. We don't want to hear the same tune over and over again. Compose more than one track and have some damn respect for your audience. Why does the announcer have to always say server and receiver? Would it have killed you to have said the players' names? Game, set and match, Mario. There, seems pretty easy to me. Do you want me to do some voice acting work for you, Nintendo? From dry bones to bare bones, let's talk about the RPG elements. It sounds like a great addition, but there's no substance to it, and you don't really feel any difference when you level up. Fuck Elder Scrolls 5, look at this! Just cancel that new game now, Bethesda! Although he may not be in Smash Brothers, Waluigi returns in Aces. He was introduced back in the year 2000, his purpose being to be Wario's tennis partner. Some hate on Waluigi, but I quite like him. He's ugly, he likes the colour purple, and he's despised by pretty much everybody, so I can relate to him a lot. Luigi's hard. No, not in that way. Well, maybe in that way too, but he's no match for a Sorax with a sad amount of practice. Now Sorax Spacers, be prepared for a massive spoiler. We're getting towards the end and I think we have to face Bowser. I know, I've ruined Mario for you all. Bowser looks tough, but again, I've beaten him on my first try. Luigi was harder. Blooper is still giving me nightmares, but the adventure is over. And all a bit too soon. I need an even bigger challenge. Winning an online tournament would be the ultimate prize, but people are ridiculously good on here. That's why I need to train. Train in the way Sorax knows best. Train in the way that makes an excuse for an epic video montage. Overall, Aces is not a top spin-off game. Top spin? No. It's fun, but it's just crying out for more attention throughout, and it could have been a much better game. I give this game a SOAR rating of a little bit less than 30/40. I've been Sorax, watch this space. Sorax space, it's ace.